you. Keep going. Keep going.
We are pressing our way out.
Okay.
Just bear with us.
Can you give us a topic, Melanie?
Melanie, what you want to talk about today?
Let's talk about Tyrese since we fat and nasty.
Baby, he must have messed with the wrong one. Cause I clean. I take a bath and I got on good cologne and perfume and lotions.
Look,
and I'm clean.
All right, we believe you, Devon.
How you know you clean? You checked it?
Yeah, I always get a mirror.
That's what I'm talking
Look,
about.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what you think about Tyrese?
I feel like Tyrese, watching his videos, I feel like he got a lot of animosity in him, period. He has a lot of build-up in him, like, and he is showing. I don't really think he just I think it's just something he just does.
I think he's attention whore.
Yeah, I think it's just
I mean, I'm just being honest. Why, for one, if I'm getting ready for surgery or I'm done with surgery, last thing I want to do is post a picture and give a 4-page letter about it.
That's right.
I mean, last thing
and then he wanted to try to reword what he said, but in actuality, you still meant it. You said it.
Like,
but I think it's.
I felt sorry for him, and then when I got down to the comments where the lady had posted an article where he was like talking about how plus-size women were fat and nasty and that they needed to do something about it and they were lazy, and then the fact that you wanted to retract it and say that your words were taken out of context, fat and nasty in the same sentence, you can't change that around no matter how you look at it.
That's
and
right.
see, to be truthfully honest, that's the real issue with plus-size women and then the way they feel about themselves, because they're always worried about what somebody else is going to say or what they're thinking.
Right.
So I see it in my store. People don't want to wear their arms out. They don't want to wear their legs out. And the first thing they say, well, I don't want people to say something about me wearing my arms. I don't ever wear my arms out. But see, like, in here, I don't go for that. I do not care if anybody trying to downgrade people or say certain things. Like, everybody's made differently. They're unique. And you got to love it.
That's right.
If you Tiffany size, I mean, you just got to love who you are. See, that's the problem. People are so worried about what other people do and how they look instead of worrying about how they should look. Because if you took time and looked in the mirror, you wouldn't have time to be worried about everybody else. You be trying to get yourself together.
That's right.
Because I know I'm pushing 200 pounds.
Well, good, guess what? I'm pushing something. It ain't y'all business. Cause I'm
Right.
But I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, everybody is so consumed with what other people think. Like, it's none of your business. Like, if you're not buying my clothes, you're not buying me cakes and cupcakes, because that's my true love, my hobby. Alicia, if you're listening to this, you know, I can take a cookie or cupcake at any time you want to be a blessing to somebody.
Amen.
But that's what I'm saying.
Oh, but don't let my trainer hear that.
But you know, I think I'm gonna tell y'all what happened to Tyrese. What happened to Tyrese was in love with a curvy girl. And that curvy girl
had that good stuff.
Had that
boom bam pow.
That what I'm trying to tell you now. And he fell in love with her, but she didn't want him because she wanted something else. And he hurt. So that's why he trying to talk about her. But baby, you can talk about me all day long.
Well, I heard she was from this area.
It
you can say a lot of things about you.
I heard she was from this area.
It wasn't me.
You sure wasn't you? Because you sure got a lot of details.
Baby, I promise to God, he finna commit suicide. I'm just gonna say. I'm done talking about that. Okay.
Well, I just feel like he's not humble anymore. I feel like in the beginning of his career he was, and now he
got the big.
When he was out on the city bus singing Coca-Cola
with the piercings and everything. Yeah, he was humble.
I don't even remember him with me.
Yeah, he had all that.
He was modeling for Calvin Klein. No,
I didn't remember from Coca-Cola commercials.
I don't remember from the Coca-Cola.
I did, and I remember from Calvin Klein because I was a faithful lover.
I don't even remember from Calvin
Well,
Klein.
baby, don't love him too hard now because you said and you nigga.
I know, and I'm lazy.
Oh yeah, let's
don't get the lazy because that shit right there is just joy.
I mean,
wow, we got a.
And another thing that he said in that article was that we put everything we eat too much, just basically everything we put to our mouth. And I was like, well, that's not true because I don't eat like that, and I'm plus size, and that's the thing.
Everybody,
if I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat.
Yeah, but he made it seem like we just,
I mean, but that's why I said people don't. people don't know why people are heavy. You know, it could be a medical
Thyroid.
issue. Yeah, it could be
I mean, you could be
stress,
an
it
emotional
could be depression.
issue.
Right. It could be a lot of things. The reason why a person is overweight, but you are not a medical doctor. You are an actor and a singer, so it's not you.
And he ain't a good actor.
But your mom and your sister is
Well, you
plus
don't
size.
belittle,
Right.
That's the thing that gets to me, you know.
But that tells you that he clearly doesn't. He doesn't value himself and his mom and his
And
sister.
my thing is, if you watch the pattern, most guys, if they have a mother that's plus size or sisters that plus size, they usually go for a plus size woman. Most guys do.
Yeah,
You know, if you watch their patterns, they really do. I know a lot of my uncles that said they wouldn't dare have a big woman, and all of them got big girls.
It's just something about the love of big, curvy woman. I mean, it's just that when you wrap your arms around.
Baby, the father must be in love with herself,
but
but she
she-
imagine rubbing her arms on herself.
I know. I just get excited when I love my body. You catch me feeling on myself. I love me. It's just something about a curvy woman, and you know what? It's just something about a man wanting a curvy woman. This man can have the finest woman it is, but I tell you this: if he see a curvy woman, he gonna
She's
look at
gonna
the
get his
curvy woman.
attention. One thing about a plus size woman, when we walk in a room, we actually light up the place because of our curves, the way our body is shaped. You know, it draws attention. You know, you can put a smaller lady, and not down in you, Tiffany. We're on the plus size thing right now, so I want to address it. Okay, but and they can wear a fitted bodycon dress, and a plus size woman come in that bodycon dress, she's gonna draw all the attention.
Because they don't expect for you to look good.
That's right.
That's
Exactly.
the truth of it.
But I feel about
but you
it's
have
all
to have
about
that
your
confidence
attitude,
too.
right?
That's right. Your confidence shows.
Because I have a lot of clients that they look at certain things that I wear with my makeup and they're like, oh my God, I wish I could do that. But then when you turn around and do that to them, if they don't feel comfortable in their own skin, no matter what you put on, they're not going to be comfortable in
That's right.
So I feel like if you a size 2, if you have low self-esteem, that's what's going to show. If you a size 32, if you have low self-esteem, that's what's going to show. I feel like whatever you project on the inside, that's what's going to show. Because sometimes if I put on something and I feel myself like cringing it, I'm like, okay, Crystal, you know, get out of your own mind. And then once I get out of my own mind, like, heck, I don't care what nobody say. Yeah, I might got a little roll right here. Yeah, my thighs rubbing, but I'm still looking good. I feel better about myself, and I don't care if somebody like frown their nose up at me or they look at me a certain way. Boo, if you don't like the way I look, that's your issue. That's your problem. That's something you got to deal with.
People,
not me. And I love
other
me.
people actually see that confidence that you possess. They really do when you walk.
Mm-hmm.
When you walk, step in a place, and they can look at you automatically and tell you confident. You know, sometimes we'll tug on. We started pulling at our shirts because we know we got a big stomach, so we try to hide it.
Right, like I was just following this lady that she just opened up a new plus size spa for women in Las Vegas, and where she was like 500 pounds, and she said she remembered, when she went to a spa, they told they couldn't service her there because they didn't have a chair large enough to fit her. And then she said she remembered when she was sitting in the chairs, you know, she's pulling down her shirt and stuff, you know, when she's trying to sit a certain way because she don't want a roll to show, you know. And it's like when we think about that, it's like self-consciously we do that when we go places, you know, because I know.
I just did.
Yeah, we do it all the time.
And self-consciously, we don't realize that we're beating ourselves up. That's why I say people don't have to beat Crystal up because Crystal beats herself up enough. So when you try to make me feel bad about something that I've already made myself feel bad about, you're not hurting my feelings because I've already critiqued myself on that.
Well, you know, I dare to be different, honey. I'll tell you something. I will put on me some heels and find me the cutest little outfit. And when I walk through the door, I trust head's going to turn because you know what? I make it known. I put this one bow leg on. That bad knee, baby mama. But me, y'all, the knee ain't stop. I'm telling y'all. Some things that I wear, someone else curvy like myself was like, oh man, you wore that? Well, if you can wear it, I know I can wear it. Don't wear it because I'm wearing it. Wear it because you gonna wear it. Because I'm gonna tell you,
a lot of times you're not comfortable in it.
I may wear some stuff that you be like, did she wear it? Yes, I wore it. And
that's where it makes us as spokesmodels, where it makes us advocates, because we can motivate people to do certain
That's
things
true.
to get out.
And I can touch base on that because one of the ladies that came to the Battle of the Curves was like, after seeing y'all and how confident y'all guys were, y'all walked out there, y'all strutted y'all stuff. They went on and on. They were excited about how well the fashion show went and how every woman was so bold and beautiful in their style. And she was so excited. She was like, girl, I know I can do a lot of stuff now.
And I was meaning to tell her this, we don't realize sometimes the things that we do that it affects the community that we're
really
in
does.
on social media. But I was in Family Dollar the other day, and this lady looked at me. She said, "You model with them girls down there, don't you?" I said, "Where?" She said, "The boutique down there for the big girls." She was, she was. Yeah, I was like, "Girl, yeah." She was like, "My sister live in Indiana." She's like, "I be posting y'all stuff all the way to Indiana for her. I be wanting her to come do some shows with y'all and stuff because she's real pretty and." And plus size, she was like, I've always tell her that she's pretty and plus size. It's like, it's starting to motivate other people.
It really is. It really does motivate. I was stopped in Walmart. I was stopped in Walmart yesterday by these two ladies, and they was like, and she was like, "Oh, you look so pretty." And she said, "This is my friend." I forgot where she was from, and she was like, "It's just, you would be surprised how motivating that is to see other plus size women that love themselves." That motivate other women to love
because
themselves.
I think we take it as for granted sometimes because that's just something that just naturally.
Because people really need to see that. I think we should do a segment on. Even in here, if we can get the cameras to work right, on fashion.
Facebook won't let us be great.
Yeah, Facebook let us be great on fashion. Just showing some of the outfits sometimes.
Because I get it all the time too.
Because people really need to see this.
You was on the internet.
Right.
I hear that a lot.
Well, I see that store edit.
I still get a lot of input from that little.
So it ain't just on Facebook.
The little skit that I did.
Oh, she had a little mask on, boo.
People literally.
No, but my mother even said you was good. So if my mother's a pastor, she was there. And she was like, so.
She liked that part of the sex?
She just said it was good. That part, not the other stuff.
Yeah.
She did right.
I'm going to clear this
clean,
up. For one, the reason why we do our model calls, I only choose people who look or represent people of the community is because you can't connect with somebody if you don't see that they are where you are.
Right.
And everybody that's ever worked with us, we have one or two that were real models, but most of the people who came in this door, they weren't models. They some of them had their own insecurities that they were fighting through. But that's the reason why I do it. Like, that gives you the opportunity to own who you are, feel comfortable with who you are. Like, everybody ain't ready to take that step. I see people all the time that they be like, "Oh, I can't wear that." Why? But everybody hasn't gotten it. Like Tiffany. I used to want to be just as small as her, but I'm just saying, like, because I had an issue with the way I look. So I always wanted to be different. I wanted to know what it was to be smaller because I thought that being smaller was where it needed to be. Right. Tiffany?
It's not.
But sometimes we beat ourselves up.
Yeah,
and I know when I did my little workout thing, which has been long ago now.
Like I've told y'all before, like y'all been saying, all women have insecurities, no matter what size you are.
That's right.
So even for me, I have my insecurities too. I say all the time my insecurities are, my boobs. I don't have no ass, behind. And believe it or not, believe it or not, I'm like that. I have stretch marks every inch of my body.
I can't even do that.
I can barely even lift it up. But I'm just, I have my own insecurities. And I'm sure other small, and for some women, they probably don't even want to be small. They would love to be full figure, but they may have an illness of their own where it causes them, they can't gain weight. For me, I have high metabolism. So for right now, I have maybe a third or fourth kid.
If you could just give me a little bit of metabolism,
yes, or whatever the case may be, then when I try to get in my 40s and 50s, I may end up finally getting me some buttons, some little stuff I can work out and be like, yeah, I'm this stuff.
Well, see, Tiffany, the thing that makes you so unique around this table is you represent a group that doesn't get to be talked about, to be truthfully honest. Like, you're on a smaller size compared to us. You're on a very...
I'm the baby.
Well, I'm just what I'm saying. Like, you never know, like, the whole point of this store was to encourage women to be comfortable in their skin. Like, I cater to plus size women, but you don't know who you're encouraging. Like, people see you as well, and you don't know what your story or how it's gonna affect them. Just because you're small doesn't mean your story doesn't have an impact on anybody.
That's right, because
it does. Like, the feelings you have, the fact that you're vocal about them, everybody ain't vocal about them. And see, like, I had to learn from you that everybody ain't okay with being little.
And what I've learned from all of us is that you look at women and you think that they're confident with themselves, or you think they got it going on, but each and every one of us sitting at a table has an issue. You know what I'm saying? Each and every
I mean,
one
I
of
have
us
stepped
has
out a lot bolder. Don't get me wrong. I'm a bold plus size woman. I truly believe that. But just being around you guys, it brings out even more boldness. I was the type that thought I had to have a body magic or something 24/7 if I stepped out in clothes. But now I'm learning to love, me just like I am.
Right.
That's right. The thighs out was something I never did. I didn't wear shorts, and I did not wear short dresses. I always wore dresses all the way to my ankles because I always was told I had big baseball knees.
And see, you
So
say you never wore shorts. I never wear shorts.
And
now stand up, let us see your shorts.
I'm not having shorts today.
Look at the legs, baby.
But I mean, coming up as a kid, I never wore shorts. I wore baggy pants.
Don't you start?
But
I'm just saying,
We're looking for a replacement for crybaby.
I get emotional about this topic sometimes. No, seriously though, I just was never comfortable in my skin. I can't help it, y'all. Y'all give me out of emotion.
Okay.
I'm done.
Tiffany, I'm gonna one up you. I'm gonna tell you this. Okay, I'm like you.
I'm
Right.
talking now.
Like you, Laquita, I don't wear my shorts. Like, my thighs are really big. My butt,
Say your thighs is really big.
Well, you gotta think. I've always been teased about having a big butt, big thighs. Like, I've never been okay with it, so I didn't wear shorts. Never wear shorts. I always wore pants, capris, but you would never catch me in shorts.
Me either.
So I never forget it. I threw my husband a birthday party, and this is the one time that I was gonna be okay with who I am, and I was gonna put my shorts on. Every one of my cousins had something to say about my shorts, but at the time, the reason why I put those shorts on was because, like, I'm walking in this new path. I'm learning to accept me and love me. But every one of my cousins had something to say about my shorts. From that day on, I never put on another pair of shorts. But now, you can't catch me without shorts on.
That's what I'm saying. I wear shorts now. But of course, I paired with dresses. So my mama put me in dresses. And I would be feeling like so uncomfortable. And then my grandmother, I guess she saw maybe I had self-esteem issues, so she would put me in pageants. But I wasn't even comfortable in that. I was just like, oh, Lord Jesus, I gotta get around these people. All right. So, I mean, I did to please her, but I still wasn't.
And see, at the root of it, like, we all have to find what makes us happy. And we have to learn to silence all the naysayers.
Yes.
Because if you listen to them in all parts of your life, like, say, for instance, this store, every business I've ever started, I've always had a naysayer. Every business I've invested in or did something with has grown to something. It started out in my head, and had I left it in my head and listened to others, we wouldn't be here in front of this table. So you can't. You have to find an opportunity where you have to be you, and everybody else is just not really there.
And push past everything
Go into
else.
your closet.
Push past everything
Well, you know
else
what? I'm
and
different.
invest in yourself.
Because a lot of people like, me, it just, at one point I wouldn't wear jeans. I only would wear dresses because I did not like the way that I looked in jeans or pants. So I used to wear dresses and skirts all the time because I felt like I was, too big to wear jeans. The way my leg, how you had your little pudge. Mm-hmm. I didn't like that way. So, dresses are straight. You can't really see anything. So I just decided one day, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to start wearing jeans. And my sister-in-law saw me wear a pair of jeans on, and she was like looking at me like, what, you have on pants? Yeah, I decided, why not?
What actually made me start loving me more is when I had my daughters. Because I said, how can I motivate them? How can I tell them that they're beautiful? How can I tell them how to deal with bullies if my own self is not dealing with it? I said I look like a hypocrite. you know?
That's true.
And so, because, like, my babies come home and they was like, you know, Mom, you know, they was teasing this girl at school because she was fat. And I tell them, okay, well, I'm fat. Do you want somebody teasing me? You know, and I'm like, well, no, ma'am. That's the same. You don't tease nobody else, you know, and I feel like I can't give them a positive word. If I don't love Crystal, how can I tell them, Jayla, you gotta love Jayla, Sky, you gotta love Sky, and I don't love Crystal? You know, so I was like, you know what, Crystal, you're gonna have to pull yourself up by your big girl boots, and you're gonna have to start investing into Crystal. And I started telling them, if I don't love me, I can't love y'all. It's just not gonna work.
And you have to be, when you're dealing with kids, you have to be very diligent about what you show them, because because you say one thing, they're going to do another. And that's right. Like, say for instance, my son is, he's 16, finna be 17. Last year, he got busted for selling candy at school. Never said
I thought you finna say weed or something.
No, man,
he sell fruit.
Right.
We listening though. We listening.
Okay.
We listening. But he was wrapped up with his Snickers.
Well, he got an ally. Well, he got busted for candy the first time, but luckily he had sold all his candy. There was nothing that could be said about it because they didn't have no his word against the other.
They had no evidence.
Somebody want some fruities and he ain't have no more, so they got
Anyway, he didn't say nothing to me this morning. He was like, Mama, can you take me to Walgreens? I knew the other morning it was weird that we went to the store. Normally, you know, it's on Mama. He didn't ask me for anything, but he brought me my normal Dr. Pepper. I didn't think anything of it. Well, I took him to Walgreens. He pulled out all these 20s and stuff. I'm like, what's going on? He was like, well, Mama, I didn't want to tell you, but I'm back selling candy.
And you can't fault him.
And then, to be honest, he's following his mama's footsteps.
That's right.
And I can't knock him from that. I've never told him I've always told him to do things the right way, but I can't very well tell him to do something, not do something, and I do the same thing. Every morning I get up with a hustle. And the fact that he gets up and he wants to hustle no matter what his hustle is.
Right. You just busted him, right?
She did. Live.
Just ready for
busted him live.
Damn, you must have been
You must have been
There are no airline followers. Tell me that you're not an airline follower.
Look. Okay. Don't mess with Fat Boy.
He got a Southwood.
But that's just a menial example. But our girls, if we shy away from who we are, they're gonna do the same thing.
Exactly.
Like Jazz,
she's so confident, baby.
You can't tell her feet stink. It's just okay with whatever. She's confident in who she is. But I'm gonna tell you, when we first started out, I knew that I didn't get that type of support when I was younger. I was always bullied, but I had nobody to tell it to. It was I just had to accept it. So every morning I would be like, Jazz, what are we gonna do? She was like, I'm gonna do great things. And I was like, it's like, I asked her, what are you? She said, she's beautiful. And I said, what are these hands going to do? She says, great things. But that's a ritual we do every morning, because if nothing else, no matter what they tell you at school, you know you're beautiful. And no matter what they say you can and cannot do, you know your hands are going to do something great, regardless of what they say. And you have to give that to them. If you don't give that to them, the people at school are going to teach them that you're not cute, you're fat, you're too skinny, your ears too big. That, like, really. So you have to embed that into them as they grow up. Because if you tell Jazz she ain't pretty, baby, something wrong with your eyes. And that's just that. But I can't tell her to be any different, because that's the way I want her to be. Because if she lived by what other people said, she would never be happy with herself.
That's true. That's good. That's a great.
That's positive. Positive.
Very positive. Very positive.
What are you? Beautiful. What you gonna do with your hands? Great things. I'm gonna start saying that in the morning. I'm gonna be like Mary Jane, write it on the stick. I'm gonna say it too.
But to be truthfully honest, that's an example we have to live with. We should live with ourselves. Every morning I set the tone of, I'm always trying to find something positive to start my day off, because I'd be damned if anything is gonna come along and take me off my track. Because no matter how bad my mouth is, my faith is big. If it wasn't for this store, I wouldn't really know what faith being tested was. Like, my first business, I started, the repo man was at my door. It was nothing but faith that got me through it. I went from house to house, but yet again, somebody reached their hand up and they helped me. My first year, I made $150,000, but that's just faith. Like, I can't tell nobody not to have faith because all I've ever had is faith. Like, for real. Like, this store has tested my faith continuously. So I have to get in a good spot every morning. I have to have faith. If I don't have faith, I can't tell nobody in this store whether they look good or whether they look bad or whether things are going to get better. I don't reach my hand back to people because I want something from them. I reach my hand back to people because I want them to be great. Because if we all can get somewhere together, we're a hell of a group of people. Can't nothing stop us.
Amen.
But until we get to that mindset, we'll never get there. I mean, I open my space to anybody that'll take it. I don't want anything. I want you to be great. And see, people are so consumed with thinking that people want to be competition. I don't want to be your competition. I want to be your partner. I want us to grow together. Because at the end of the day, we is all we got. Look at Trump supporters. They hold each other together regardless of whether he wrong or right. I'm a Trump supporter. It's all they got to say. They don't care if he right or wrong. And they're going to have his back. But that's the difference in us. We don't have each other's back. We're too worried about other people outdoing us. Oh, she got a new car today. Well, let me explain to you. When you get a new car, you get a new car note. You get a new car note insurance premium. But see, one thing you don't know, the reason why you had to get a new car, because that car I had before, it didn't fit all my kids.
That's right.
I couldn't afford the $50 gas. I couldn't always close the door. And if I open the gas tank, it wasn't a promise that it'll close back. See, you don't see that. All you see is she got a new car, but you don't know what the struggle she had in the first car to get.
Oh, she had to put oil in every time she started.
Something.
Yeah, you run around sweating and you know all the stuff here.
That's what I'm saying.
You don't know.
Be funky before you get to work.
That fat funky woman.
Lazy. Don't forget lazy. You can't forget lazy.
You're gonna be able to know you on your way to work. But see, that's my example. Like, we would be so much better if we were together. Like,
totally.
Like, do you know I'm finna throw this 4-letter word out, and I know that I'm gonna hear some heat about it from the producer. But do you know the shit you could fuck up?
That's 2 words.
But I'm just saying, as a group, like, if we were together, we would be a force that nothing could stop us.
That's right.
Look at the stuff we do. We make something out of nothing.
We do.
We got folks who make T-shirts and make millions of dollars. Look at the woman who said how she started with $500. She everywhere. Like, there's no excuse for why we belittle ourselves, get jealous of other people, because all of us can make it.
That's right.
And like, we're some smart people, and we know how to make things work. And we don't have step. We go at it for real. You know what I'm saying?
And we know what it is to struggle, so we know how to be down all the way down.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we've been down. Like, it's no reason why we can't be up together.
There's no way to go from down.
That's what I'm saying. Why would I get mad because you almost at the top of the barrel now? How long? Catch me and take me with you.
Right, exactly.
Like,
you inspire me. Let me know.
Let me know what you're doing.
I want to see what it is I can do to be great also. You know?
Like, I mean, there's really, really no excuse why we all can't work together and get somewhere. Like, this is totally off topic. I know we was talking about Tyrese. Sorry. But that just
it was like the Lord took it where it needed to go.
I mean, you know.
But see, also the thing about that is people have to be willing to help, though. They can't get there and then don't want to help nobody.
But see, that's the thing about it with faith. He always puts the right people in your path.
He does.
And I don't want everybody helping you.
But when somebody bring you up to help you, I mean, they bring you up so they don't help you. But you gotta help yourself first.
Yeah, I mean, which is true.
You got to help yourself. If you're down and somebody if I'm down and Quita bring me up, Quita can only take me so far before I have to lead myself the rest of the way.
That's true. I mean, you gotta be like that.
You gotta want it.
But my thing is, just like I don't want everybody praying for me, I don't want everybody helping me either. Because sometimes that person that's trying to help you, if their situation ain't right and they trying to help you, they can drag you off into their mess. So the person that's trying to help you, you to make sure that they aligned right too, because you on their train now. So if they on their highway to hell, you on the highway to hell.
I'm gonna tell you one thing. Anytime you deal with people, you pray about it first. Like, say for instance, this one woman that I've met last week. I've actually been told to meet with her several times, and we've actually missed each other in certain things. But guess what? I wasn't ready yet. I wasn't ready because I was too busy trying to take everybody else with me. But I'm going to tell you, my interaction this week, I was ready. And see, that's why you have to be prepared and have discernment about certain things.
Right.
Like the door she opened for me, I won't even go into details about what is happening with Full Figure Fashion Week, but it will be the biggest thing. It's bigger than what I thought it would be, but it had to be that I had to pray about it and have discernment. And I'm one of those people that I don't partner with people. And the next morning she was like, text me and let me know what you think. The next morning I read a daily devotion in regards to business. The topic was partnering and the people God puts in your life to be partners. Don't be afraid to walk into that partnership.
Amen.
So you have to have discernment and you got to pray about certain things like partnerships with people taking you to hell. You see that anyway.
Yeah.
You know where you want your business to go or whatever you're doing. You don't partner with that anyway. But see, the difference is if you pray, He'll make a way.
Yes,
and if you're ready for it, the doors are open. When I tell you that.
But that's the thing is everybody is not in that place. A lot of people don't know how to pray for themselves. A lot of people don't know how to pray for that discernment. So that's why you have to let them know, baby. Everybody that got their hand out, it's okay to say no thank you sometimes.
Yeah, I mean,
you have to use you have to use your own judgment on it because if you know this person, you just don't take a hand out from just a random person. But if you know this person, you've been kind of following this person, this person is going the right footstep, then yeah. But then if you just walking down the street and all of a sudden somebody say, hey, I want to do this, I mean, you're gonna have to do your research and make sure whatever they're doing is legit. You're not just gonna go out on a limb and say, okay, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? You got to have some type of background. Like you say, you're right. You can't follow everybody, but you don't want to not follow that person that God has sent for you either.
Right. But you got to know how to find them.
Yeah.
And
I hate
that's
to
my thing.
get to the end and be like, God, why did this not happen for me? You missed it. Like, do you really want to be there? Like, do you want to be told you missed it?
Yeah.
Everything you went through was because you missed your calling or you missed your opportunity? Like, do you really want to sit back and be like, I missed it? I suffered all my life because I wouldn't do what God instructed me to do. I missed it.
And He give you all types of signs.
I can tell you the stuff this week that has been just phenomenal. Like, I would be all day. But just know that if you have faith, you pray, and discernment, all doors will open. And don't take it personal when a door closes. God will open a damn window. He'll open the chimney up for you to go through the chimney. I'm sorry. But I'm just saying, like, don't get discouraged because...
Let me just say this as far as discernment and what you said on some people don't know how to pray for that. What you do is just you ask God to give you that discernment. You say, God, okay, look, I'm a makeup artist. I want to go into business. Give me the discernment. Is this the right person for me? Don't say, I don't know now. I ain't going to do this. Immediately when it comes to you, that's when you begin to seek God for what it is that you need. That's why it's best that you have a relationship with God. Like y'all was saying, how do you know when it's God? If you got that relationship with God, like she said, He's going to automatically tell you, okay, this is it. Or He's going to tell you, nah, something ain't right with that. He's going to give you that feeling. Just like when you meet someone and you feel like, oh, it ain't something ain't right with her. That's not the person I want in my circle.
Right.
That is nothing but discernment. But when He gives you spiritual discernment on things, it comes to you totally different. You're going to already know. You're going to already know when someone comes to you with a business idea, you're going to be like, okay, Lord, let me pray about it. Let me get back to you.
That's right. Don't just make your decision right off the bat.
So
it's not right. I want to start my own business, and I've been, I've expressed this to you a while ago, and it's still on my mind.
You have to build on your faith.
Right. You got to build on your faith.
I don't know, where to start.
But all you need is a little faith. The Bible says all you need is a faith of a mustard seed. You know how small that is? So you don't need a whole lot of faith for God to work for you.
Right. That's right.
But
I remember a guy told me, he said, I said something about a vehicle, and I said, I don't care to have another vehicle. He was like, why not? I said, I just don't. And he said, let me tell you something. And he was a minister. He said, when you really have a desire for something, whether it be a vehicle, a house, whatever it is you have a desire for, you're going to start preparing yourself. God's going to show you that vision, and you're going to start moving toward that vision. Everything you do, whether it's saving some money, working a little overtime, you're going to start preparing yourself for what you really want. And that's just like with you, Quita. If you want that business, God's going to start preparing. You're going to start taking action. You know, if you wake up first thing in the morning and that's all you can think about, you go to bed and that's all you can think about, hey, it's time to do it. I mean, you know, you prayed and God done gave you an answer. Now it's all up to you. You know what I'm saying? We can procrastinate long as we want to, but really and truly, God being already gave us the answer. We have the answer. But fear stepped in. But He said He hasn't given us a spirit of fear. You know, so we have to step out on our faith and do what we want to do. You know,
and fear is a big stopper for a lot of us. Like,
a lot of black people.
Yeah. I mean, really, it's true. But I mean, fear. I mean. I wish that I could elaborate. I know we don't have but a few minutes. My watch really don't work, but you know, it felt good to roll around. But I wish that I could. The many times that I had fear, I've had to talk to myself and be like, well, Lord, I'm just gonna go. Like, I have, like, my biggest fear is this. You see my pictures everywhere? Like, I've always been one to hide everywhere. Like, everywhere. Like, that crap, I wouldn't do that normal. Like, I don't do that because I've always, every time I step out to do something, somebody critiques something of me, and see, I shy away from it. But see, the difference is I decided that I was going to go against my fear. Because if I kept being afraid of what God had for me, what am I missing?
Right. That's right.
Like, we wouldn't be having this conversation. I'd still be working a job that I hate. And I'm going to tell you about doors closing. When I got started in my tax office, I got fired from my 40-hour-a-week job. And they didn't even really give me a reason why they fired me. They just fired me. And at the time, I was selling adult toys, novelties out the trunk of my car. But that wasn't my passion. I went to work for a company, and again, fear. So I just let it ride. But this lady, Deborah Cooksey Tax and Note, she was like, you've been making money for this man all these years. Do it yourself. Had fear had stepped in like it wanted to, I wouldn't have. But you seen my first year. You seen my second year. You seen my third year. My fourth year. But it had fear stepped in, I wouldn't have a story. Like, I don't mind telling my story because if I didn't have a story to give you, you wouldn't know my testimony. Like, I started from nothing. I started from the repo man at my door. I had a choice of paying my car note or paying my rent. You see what I'm saying? But I had faith. And fear was there, but I wanted it more than I was afraid of. And I wasn't going to let that stop me because I had 2 mouths to feed at the time. And my husband had watched me and sold into me so. And I was tired of my husband working 17, 18 hours a day. We were seeing each other, and I had an attitude out this world. I didn't even like him no more. But had I just stopped that fear, I mean, you got to go against fear. And fear is just another way of the devil stepping in to try to keep you from where you're going. Yes. And you got to fight against it. Because if you got something that God is giving you, everybody is given a purpose. Go after your purpose. Like, everybody don't have the same purpose. Like, my thing is motivating and empowering women. That's my purpose. That's the real reason why I feel like God put me on this earth. The founder may be different. And even if they clash in the same thing, we're still going to reach different people. Because what's for me is for me. And ain't nothing in hell going to keep me from it. And you see it. So you just... Hell has 3 levels.
No, she said the same thing.
Okay. Wrapping things up.
Okay, we're going to wrap things up. We've been all night.
Get the model call.
Oh, model call, 2 to 5. This is the last weekend.
Introduce the panel. Once again.
I'm DeQuita.
I'm DeFonda.
I'm LaQuita.
I'm Nicole.
Tiffany.
Marquita.
Crystal.
Oh, we got a studio audience later, but we ain't gonna say her name. We're gonna put her on blast. You wanna come sit in and watch us live, you're more than welcome, but we don't share our drinks. Y'all have a wonderful weekend.
We'll see you next time at the curve. Bye.